Welcome, gorgeous beings. It's another vlog with Wellbeing on Water with May. For those who are new, it's lovely to meet you. I've been living aboard my floating home for almost 3 years now. Wow, how time flies. This week, I'm once again stranded, unable to go forward because of flooding. Seems like a good opportunity to discuss the climate and address some concerns. George is here with me and he gets his interviewer hat on. Then we have a lovely evening cooking on my new Kadai. Yum. If you enjoy this video, please don't forget to subscribe. Thanks, love. So sit back, put your feet up, it's relaxing time. Looks like we're not going anywhere today. The river is on red. That's your I'm being filmed face.
I'm being filmed. Yeah.
We are on our way to just have a little look at this river that's holding us back from moving on today. It's going to be the third time this winter, 2024, that the weather has prevented me from moving forward. Just seen something up ahead that I'm not sure George is going to be able to get through. Always have wellies. Yeah, okay, I think I'm going to have to give you a piggyback. Activate interviewer mode.
When you think of the climate crisis in the UK at the moment, and the rise in flooding and the extra hot summers and the extra cold winters,
Yes.
how does that affect you living on a boat?
So, talking stick. Well, let me tell you, George and the world, that I think it is a serious thing. It is something that I'm concerned about with the rising floods, and also the idea that I basically live off diesel as well, and diesel is not a renewable source. Diesel requires my boat to work in the winter. So all these things are definitely worrying, and I think you can prepare for them. So like with flooding, for example, I could get myself an anchor, and that would mean that if, say, the water did rise an extremely scary amount, I could put the anchor in and the boat wouldn't float off into the fields. But, then I'd be stuck on the boat and I'd have to call in for rescue. And then there's diesel, and the fact that it's not a renewable source. I would have to spend a lot of money on electrifying my boat, getting an electric engine, living completely off solar and everything. So that is just not going to happen. Hello, present May here, listening to past May use the language not going to happen. Interesting. Do you use language similar to that? And do you know that it's very limiting when you do say stuff like that? Perhaps it would have been better to say, maybe that will happen one day. Think about the future so ahead of time and get yourself worried about the things you can't control, or you can focus on what you can focus on right now. What can I solve? What can I do right now to protect myself, to make sure I'm prepared for the future? So just asking those questions is enough for now. What can I do to prepare myself? And ultimately, right now, what I can do to prepare myself, what's in my control, is my mindset about it. So just by having this practice of the fact that we planned on moving today, moving to the next spot. Everything was in order in my head. I knew what I was going to do, when I was going to do it. I could see it happening, and then boom, the river, you can't go on it, you can't access it, it's too dangerous. So okay, that resilience by dealing with these things over and over again by living on a boat is definitely building that muscle in my mind that helps me cope with this stuff, and that's the muscle that will get me through serious problems in the future. And yeah, that's my answer to the question. Maybe I can ask you a question now. Ready? Okay, my question to you, George, is as a van owner, someone that lives nomadically, does the climate crisis and the future of the planet, how could that affect you in terms of things to think about, things that maybe scare you?
It's different for a van owner than a boat owner. Because a van tends to last 10 years and you get a new one, and then they've got a new engine. So the one I've got at the moment, my issue is not being able to drive into major cities because of the ULEZ and things like that, and the cost of fuel. But realistically, in 10 years' time, if not beforehand, I'll have upgraded my vehicle.
The answer really with a boat is that is something that's just going to have to happen. Upgrading an engine of a boat into an electric one is just, that is the future, isn't it? There isn't any way of getting around that.
Eventually.
Sorry, serious conversation.
Yeah, eventually you might have to upgrade it.
Yeah.
But you know, I've heard all sorts of rumours in the pipeline that diesel engines are getting cleaner, and there's new ways of. So maybe combustion engines aren't on the way out entirely, as I've been prone to think. But
I guess the future will tell, won't it? And it's having that like kind of unknown, like what's going to happen. That is the scary part. That is actually the bit that we're dealing with right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So save money, and
hope for the best.
Hope for the best. Just get on with it. Yeah. Right. Cool.
Don't let fear control you.
Yeah. Don't let fear control you. It's about moving through fear. Look at this. A little snippet into what water damage can do. This is a very full lock. Technically, this lock has been closed. There'd be absolutely no way I could navigate this solo. It would be way too challenging and difficult. Yeah, this is the river now. So sometimes this happens where a canal and a river meet, and then it goes back onto the canal again, and it's just kind of like a little pathway, and this is one of them. Level indicator, that there on the bottom, that white thing is a sensor, so it can sense how high the level is of the water. This right here is a weir. A weir. You should see stone. You should see man-made stuff right here, but you can't see it. Nope.
We walked through that a few days ago. What do you do when it's like this and you run out of water and your toilet's full?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think it's the most challenging question of all, because you're basically if you can't move because it's dangerous and you run out of water and you need to get rid of your toilet waste, you are full toilet and you have no water. That's it. That's basically the situation. There may be some occasions where you can, depending on your water system, you might be able to get buckets of water and like bring it to the boat, fill it up. You might be able to physically take the toilet waste away. And then again, but if you are completely stranded, then you're stranded. You know, how do you get food? How do you get anything, any supplies? If you are completely stranded, I think it has to get to a really, really bad point for that though. Like we wouldn't be able to walk on this towpath kind of bad, which it can get to. And I'm also, I am, what's the word? And I'm anticipating that with the climate getting warmer and floods getting worse, that is something that will happen in the future, where one day I will be stranded. I have to call in a helicopter to like send a rope down and I climb up and leave all but my belongings behind, like something from James Bond.
I thought you were going to say send a rope down and tie a bag of poop on the end of it.
I mean, that could be done. Oh no! I didn't bring a rain jacket. Silly me. She says being prepared. Being prepared is what you should really be to eradicate bad things from happening. We're gonna drown!
Sometimes you can't be prepared.
Sometimes you can't be prepared. Ooh, what happens then?
You've just got to trust yourself. So you've got the confidence to know that you can handle shit when it goes wrong, when it gets tough.
What are we gonna do now?
We're gonna go to the pig place.
The pig place?
Their pig place. I can smell it from here.
Absolutely no way getting under that. Might not be open, it's quite late and it's a Sunday. We might have missed our chance. You know, I'm actually kind of glad it's closed because I am starving and I can't eat anything there because it's all pigs and meat and I don't want to eat it. So should we go back and do some cooking on the Kadai?
Oh yeah, Kadai time.
Kadai time? Yeah.
Time.
We're gonna get the Kadai out, have an outdoor fire, have food on the fire. Mwah! Perfect way to spend an evening.
A couple of years back, Adam, Lauren and myself met a bunch of weirdos at a festival in the UK. It was like looking into the future and seeing ourselves living life to the fullest and making the most of every moment. We quickly adopted them as family and meet for a boogie on a dance floor every year. Christo, Charlie and Co are beautiful human beings that create products so you can feast on the wild outdoors. They were kind enough to send me their travel Kadai with some fancy accessories. Thank you so much, fam. Every time I fire her up, I'll be thinking of you.
Look at that baby. Where did the hooky wookies go?
Please, please, please check out their website, kadai.co.uk.
I can see birds flying, I see children smiling. When I think about all of the things that you and me could be, I want to be with you both day and night, to sit on the grass beneath the moonlight. I know that life won't last forever, but at least we can grow old together. I can see the sunrise reflecting in your eyes. When I think about all of the things that you and me could be, I want to be.
So that's it for another week. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. I love to hear your stories too. A huge thank you to Alan, Sue, Martin, Roland, David, Richard, Slogan6 and Kevin for your support this last week. Lots of love to you all. Take care for now. Bye.